transition over so that they can see us in my chat too, or my stream too. Hello, hello. We have arrived. It's us. Oh. You're breaking up a little bit, Sheps.
Should be fixed now?
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Let's see. Let me turn on my music for the game so everyone can have a good time listening.
Oh.
We got those scan lines going for the old school experience.
Okay, we already got the game up. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if we had it up yet.
Yeah,
or I guess
it is all.
no,
it is all the way going.
It has been up, but yes. But yeah, we're back for more of Valhalla.
Yeah.
But yeah, how are you doing today, Sheps?
Doing good. Pretty hungry because I haven't eaten yet, but might take a break just to fix that. Otherwise, day has been slow. Week has been much better than last week. Lots of good energy. Yesterday, I wanted to stream this, but just couldn't. But now I'm here. We're going to pick up some chicks. So let's do that. This one is the day 2. Well, we're back in our room, so I'm assuming this is where we last left off. Let's go.
That sounds about right.
Membership The Shining Fink will automatically renew on the 17th. Make sure your account has at least $800 by then. Jill is lost in thought about a hollow plant. Buying it will just prevent her from getting too distracted. Ginger you can visit J.C. Elton's. Okay. So I can shop for...
Oh, breaking up again.
I'm breaking up?
Yeah.
God. I can't have this happen.
Alright, technical difficulties.
This is
everybody.
Voice Meter Bananas. This is Voice Meter Bananas doing. I did nothing to cause that. Mega Christmas tree. I restarted my computer and everything. So I don't know. Mega Christmas tree. So I have a lot of money.
Nice.
She said that she needed a hollow plant to keep me distracted. So I'm going to buy it.
That's a lot of money for a plant.
But it's a holographic plant.
It is a holographic plant.
You don't have to take care of it. Yeah.
Fair enough.
In memory of a real potted plant.
Automated plant.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh. Come again?
Nope. I don't want to have to keep on fixing this over and over again. That is super annoying.
Should we be right back real quick? Go on a break so we can fix this?
Maybe. About the last time, the only thing that fixed it last time was a restart. Well, I just turned off my Chrome. So the only things that are running are my OBS, my Discord, and my Voice Meter Banana, and my VTube Studio. So I don't know what else to do to fix this issue. So I bought the thing, the hollow plant. There it is right there. I see it.
Ooh, nice.
Hold to unlock. Local woman, local hero. Lena Smithy. So far, so good with the audio. Since I turned off, Chrome. Do you want to read this?
Sure. Though before we get into things, I do want to. Last time, I want to. As we learned last time, I should say, this game has a lot more has some potentially uncomfortable topics in it. But yeah, some far more coarse language than you might be used to hearing from on my stream, in particular.
Yes.
So if any of that is something that might be upsetting to you, please be aware. But yeah, so by Lena Schmithy. This morning, a suicide attempt was thwarted by an unidentified local woman. The incident occurred at the Artemis Will Mall, where people noticed someone was at the rooftop of the building. Firefighters were called as soon as their presence was noticed by pedestrians, but the person jumped off without notice, a mysterious rescuer. Just when the would-be suicide victim jumped off, a local woman was able to catch them mid-air and fled the scene before anyone could identify her. The mall is taking extra security measures now.
That's it? Alright.
Looks like it.
Neat. Let's see, what are my audio levels looking like?
Oh, hold on.
Game. There we go. Game's on now. Aha! I fixed it.
There we go.
70% of our readers consider shrimp's ramen to be disgusting. Are you kidding me?
Would you like to read this one?
Yes, because I'm interested in why people think that it's disgusting.
Well, would you like to
really
read it out? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's not really a surprise, but a lot of people seem to hate this particular brand of instant food. This is from a survey we conducted here at the Augmented Eye last month. We asked our readers to tell us their most hated dishes. With a total of 6,000 votes, it looks like the market for shrimp ramen is reducing. That's good because it sucks. I love shrimp ramen. It sucks so much I barf a little every time I smell it. How can anyone like that? It's ridiculous. Can't even finish this article. I'm sorry, everyone. I have to puke. It's out of sale. How dare you?
Apparently this shrimp ramen is particularly bad, if Jill's dialogue there is to be believed.
I suppose. But the shrimp is so artificial, it doesn't trigger my allergies. Oh. Then they're buying the wrong brand, I suppose. Ooh. Alice Rabbit might be a dog.
Don't trust this dog. A dog, you say? Why not? After receiving brain enhancements, they're capable of learning at near human speeds. So why is it impossible to imagine a gifted dog who uses their brilliance for programming? It makes a lot of sense, right? Well, maybe. 010100100100100001 Yes?
I think the article might have got hacked.
Maybe. Perhaps by a dog.
Those purple numbers. Was the purple numbers... It's called binary. But I wonder what if it actually spells out to.
That's a good question.
If anything. Do you know how to read binary?
I do not. That is not one of the skills that I possess, unfortunately.
So you read from right to left, and...
Is it? Do you?
The number... Yeah, so...
Oh, then I was
starting
reading
from
in the wrong order.
So yeah, so right here, it goes from right to left, values increasing exponentially by 2. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. So right now, if we converted this to ASCII, it might actually spell something. But unfortunately, I don't have an ASCII table on me right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't tell you what it stands for. But you can definitely get the numbers for this. So this is 64. 1, 2, 4, 4, 8, 16. So you just 4 plus 8, 4 plus 16 plus 64. And that would be this number's value. Pretty simple, right?
I know I did know binary at one point. because I took a programming class and we learned it as part of that. But I'm a little bit rusty.
It just depends on how they're represented in a either Unicode or ASCII. If you can convert those numbers to where they are and the character map, then you can spell out a word or a phrase. But I'm too lazy to do that right now. Add app? You can add an app? I can't do it. It won't let me.
Jill's out of room on her phone.
That's it.
She needs a new SD card.
Oh, what's this? Dangerous opinions? Oh. I didn't know this was a thing. Dangerous opinions. Oh, is this a Reddit?
Maybe.
The Reddit thread, Anon wants to confess her feelings to her best friend. I still don't know. And how is she? I bet she's one of those cute, clueless girls that can't catch your signals. You say that, but she can be incredibly sharp sometimes. So I was right. It's going to be difficult, now that you have to be direct and to the point. I'm afraid that's going to be the case here. Not that I'm actually in love. Stop! What is this? Is this just like a stream of consciousness?
It does seem to be distinct individuals posting things.
Like a 4chan thing?
There is
like a message board?
Presumably.
Huh. Interesting. Mickey concert. Let's talk about Alice Rabbit. What says in the 10? What's some news on them? Drawing a break right now. Alice, while I think of it, do you think they're planning something? It's just constant rumor I heard about a terrorist attack next week. Stuff, please. I have enough of it as it is. LOL, we're going to be attacked, and it will be funny to see what those white knights fucks do nothing but drink. How do you know if you get hacked by Alice? It's my first time reading about them. Look more. So you only leaves a funny ASCII drawing in the message, something like "Happy not birthday." So even a celebrity. Well, we started the riots with leaks. At least try with your baits, huh? Yeah, well, it sounds like a little like forum / 4chan message board.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with my boyfriend. I would rely on the internet. Fucking normies get out. Oh my god. I still don't know if I like her. Just wait till Mickey shows up. You'll know right away if you love her. Trust me, I've been there. Mickey concerts are some magical shit. All right. Fun stuff. Yes, just as Tiberious just said, coarse language, viewer discretion is advised. So we bought the thing that will distract her. Fantastic. So let's go to work.
Good.
Evening.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do I do Dana? Yeah.
I think you did Dana.
Oh, I've forgotten what voice I did for her.
Let me move my model down.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit.
Dana's pretty cool, so I'll do a cool voice for her. Hey, Jill.
Okay. Give me 1 sec. I'm blocking the text. That's not good. That is not good.
That is no good. Should be careful of that too, actually.
Let me just put me down there and put you over to the right there. Now we're blocking nothing.
Good.
I think maybe I should just scrunch myself over to you. Use this overlay. That's fine. I'll deal with it for now.
All right.
Hey, Jill. You already said your line.
I did already say hey, Jill.
Ellipses. What?
That's a sound you don't hear every day.
Boss? What are you doing with that helmet?
I was just about to ask you where it came from.
A white knight came yesterday. She left and, well, she forgot to take it with her. I figured she'd eventually come looking for it, so I left it under the cap. Wait, do you regularly put things on without asking why they belong to you first?
I don't plan to evaluate every move, Jill. I just act. Anyway, as your boss, I'm taking this helmet until the client comes for it.
You sound happy.
Well, this helmet is comfortable. And cool. And comfortable and cool and really, really cool. Hello.
I think that's you. Yeah.
Yeah. Strange that you're late, Gil. Yeah, the traffic was... Ugh! Don't run, you have work to do. I am not going back to Hong Kong. Hong Kong? Chief? Sorry, I thought you were someone else. Apparently. I'll leave the rest up to you. I'll detonate the Pluto warhead somewhere safe.
The what where now?
Nothing. Never mind.
What?
She seems happy.
She's been tense these past couple of days. She's somehow relaxed now. Good. Are you all set?
Yep.
All right. Do you want to keep this the same songs, or do you want to mix it up?
Whatever you feel like doing.
I wish there was a randomizer.
Hmm.
That'd be cool.
That would be nice.
But for now, I'm just going to keep what we have.
Mm-hmm.
Time to mix drinks and change lives. Hey, look who it is.
Yep. Hey, Brat, you're in luck. I decided to bless this place again.
Luck, he says. Oh, Mr. Donovan, welcome to Valhalla. What can I get you?
What do you think I want, kid?
Ah, yes, yes, yes. A big old beer.
Yep.
All mixed.
Right.
It's not blended, right? It's just Blix? It's just mixed?
It should just be mixed.
That's just pressing the button
Yes.
once.
Yes. Yeah. Oh,
What?
that was too quick, I think. That or the recipe wasn't quite right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Ah, maybe you hit the
1,
age button
2.
by mistake or something?
Maybe. What? What am I doing wrong? I'm doubling the ingredients.
Do we maybe need to double the Karmatrin if we want to double the rest of the beer?
Maybe.
Hmm.
Five, 6, 7.
Yeah, okay. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Thank you.
Looks like that was the case.
There you go.
Yes.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Now that's what I call service.
That's good to hear. Well, what brings you here today, Mr. Donovan?
Today we were supposed to end the interns and article topic. All those crazy folks came flocking me like the first high schooler with a car. Couldn't deal with it, so I switched places with some poor sap. He was supposed to be doing an interview today, but
But screw that. Eh. Forget about all that nonsense.
Mm-hmm. And thanks to all that, I found myself here, blessing your place with my presence.
You were here yesterday, too. How did that come about?
There's this gal that's performing at a concert later tonight. Yesterday, I was tuning the details of the interview I'd have with her today. And like I said, I'd rather work here than deal with a pack of competitive idiots. They're not just casual idiots, they're competitive idiots.
I see. How was the interview?
Easy enough. The fact that the gal has a nice personality helped. I feel, I don't know. I guess playing Donovan is an interesting challenge.
Do you want me to take over?
No, I can do it.
Okay, that's fine.
I just, I need to keep in mind that I'm gonna need to improv a lot.
Right.
We've come a long way in the department of Lilim personality, if you know what I'm talking about.
All the personality. She was a Lilum then?
Yep, one of those new fancy King class CH-1A models. I can't think of a way out of this one. Anyway.
I mean, this, it's not directly a vulgar sexual reference.
Fair enough.
Well, whatever.
You were saying?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to go on.
Okay. No, I was saying with regards to the vulgarity and the referencing.
I see. Oh yeah, I see. I wouldn't mind finding out about that myself. Oh my god.
Hey, you, the guy with a John face. Huh? Me? What? What is a John face? Yeah, you. Do I know you? I don't think so, sir. No, I'm pretty sure I know you. Wait. It was the Hong Kong riots 10 years ago, right? I've never been to Hong Kong, and I certainly didn't defect from any anti-riot force after stealing supplies. Really? That's a bummer. You look like a guy who owes me a drink.
You were in those riots, Mr. Donovan?
Do I look like some kind of anarchist hippie to you?
My
10
goodness.
years ago, I tried to start a silicone business. So, I was in Hong Kong talking with some investors when those riots broke out. Seriously, though, they really think the laws they were trying to pass wouldn't backfire? They were openly trying to segregate people with augmentations.
Yikes.
No matter how many they have different capabilities you put in between, it's still segregation. And once people start crying segregation like that, you're doomed. It's the PR century, rather. If you're gonna do that, disguise it a bit.
That's a very laconic way of summarizing the incident. I mean, there was a political agenda revolving around cheap labor. And the plan reached such a developed stage because of the media was instilling fear in the public. The general fear that augmented people would become power-hungry maniacs was a key factor in the plans. And everything is mostly the aftermath of previous protests were. On second thought, maybe it's better to be laconic. Trying to get the full picture might make you take you back beyond the Industrial Revolution. All that happened when I got out of high school. I remember I had to turn down a scholarship in Hong Kong because of all that.
Scholarship. That's no mean feat, brat.
Well, I guess even without the scholarship, there would have been the language barrier. I remember I was kind of excited back then because I was really into this one Chinese idol band. It's one of those things I'd rather not remember much of.
You'd be surprised at how easy Chinese can be.
So you know how to speak Chinese?
The only translator I had was available was some pizza-faced pencil neck. And I wasn't gonna allow myself to be seen with that. Someone like me can learn Chinese in 2 weeks? Well, I'm guessing a scholarship student might have a chance.
Why do I have to feel like he suddenly challenged me to finally learn Chinese? Chinese? Wait, when you say Chinese, do you really mean Mandarin or Cantonese?
Tangerine? Canto what?
Oh my god, can I slap this guy?
Probably.
When people
You're probably not, but...
when people say Chinese, they usually refer to the written word, not the spoken one. It's important to clarify because there's lots of dialects in the Chinese language. In Hong Kong, lots of people speak Cantonese, so just saying Chinese wouldn't do. You might have learned Cantonese because you're only going to Hong Kong. Or you might have learned Mandarin because it's the one spoken by the majority elsewhere.
I went to Hong Kong and managed to seal a deal. I have no idea about anything else.
Right.
Anyways, surely a student with a scholarship can serve me a Mars blast too, right?
Sure, on it. What's a Mars blast? That's a change of place, all right. Powder Delta. Planner grade. Planner guide. Let's get this guy a little bit more drunk.
Yep, and blended.
Okay.
Alright. Oh! Alright, what did we
what did I do wrong?
We got the right Bronson extract. We got the powdered
I thought
Delta.
I could add as much.
You should be able to add as much Karmatrin as we want. All blended.
6, 1, 4. I'm just going to put 2 then. Sure. Mix.
Because, yeah, it's not on ice. It's not aged. Maybe...
Okay.
We could have... Maybe we let it blend too long or something?
Maybe. Here.
Because, yeah, I think we had one where it went too short, didn't we? But yeah, anyway.
I think so.
Alright, I guess I'll believe your story.
Right.
Hey, kid, I got wasted yesterday, so there's a certain protocol here. Would you mind telling me if I said anything someone could use against me in a court of law?
I'm no lawyer, I'm a bartender. Unless complaining about your investors can be used as a legal weapon, I don't think so.
Good. Forget those, honey bunches of oats. You know, I'm just gonna turn Donovan into a dude who just speaks super weird. That's the only way
Sure.
out of this.
I love it.
What did I tell you?
How they wanted unreasonable stuff. How they feel like they have more power than you do, and all that.
Oh yeah, I remember something like that. But then again, it seems to be something I say a lot when drunk. That and racial slurs in German.
Racial slurs and what?
Let me tell you something. There are people worse than your investors.
Who?
Your clients.
Excuse me?
Your readers. If you think clients are always right, then you're wrong. Unless I'm the client, that is. We live in an era where PR is the first and only word in anything. You can sell the sloppiest of stuff and people will buy it if you're the apple of their eyes. But make one freaking mistake and it's over for you. You're suddenly a criminal to them. No chance of appeal, God's forbid if they ever catch something you said out of context. A month ago we had to clarify that we were talking about the animal in an article about cougars in nearby forests.
Oh my god.
All because we got a pack of 40-year-old divorced soccer moms crying about hurt feelings.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Donovan's not the nicest guy. They were having picnic parties in the same forest and thought we were writing about them. Hope at least one of them gets eaten by their namesake. Yeah, it's funny when someone else hears it, but the smell of rosy perfume still makes my blood boil. Nowadays, nobody can take a joke. They're always out for blood. You can't win. You'll always offend somebody. And while some take it graciously, many just love feeling insulted. They relish the thought of ganging up against something. And those hypersensitive whack jobs are your clients. They're the ones you have to target.
Whack jobs.
I run a friggin' newspaper. The whole point is to present the news in the most neutral way possible. Being offended by a newspaper is like being angry at the mirror.
Sure, let's go with that. I mean, it's not like he's totally wrong, but hearing it from him is kinda...
Well, look at the time. I need to get back to work soon.
Really?
I just finished an interview and it must be posted as soon as possible. The fact that we're posting it after the chick finished her concert is enough of a problem already.
Something delayed the interview?
The interview was supposed to happen last Friday. One of the interns, this meek little girl, was supposed to do it, but for some friggin' reason she just didn't. Spent 2 days negotiating something else instead.
Negotiating... Did you have to pay or something?
Basically, when that encore concert happens, I need to plaster that chick's face all over the front page.
I see.
Okay then, one last drink before I leave. Give me something bitter to wake me up.
Sure thing. Mr. Donovan wants something bitter to wake him up. I wonder if some alcohol would help too.
I feel like particularly strong alcohol is perhaps not the best thing to go with when this is your getting back to work drink, but maybe just a little bit.
big old drink.
Mm-hmm.
Give him some alcohol as well. Why not?
And this is aged and mixed.
A punch made. It is supposed to mean a punch made of innards. But the name actually describes what you feel while drinking it. Bitter, manly, strong. Sounds perfect.
Just like Donovan.
Aged and mixed.
Yep. There we go.
A gut punch. There you go.
Yeah, this works just fine. Man, that gal's producer was angry as Flip. Alright, that just sounds ridiculous coming out of Donovan's face, but that's that's what makes it perfect, I guess.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's hard to take him seriously anyway, so let's just make him sound sillier. Trying to negotiate with him was a hassle.
I'm going to turn you up a little bit.
Gotcha.
Okay, you should be good now.
Mm-hmm. You want me to take the line again, or?
Yeah, go ahead and take the line again.
Man, that gal's producer was angry as Flip. Trying to negotiate him was a hassle. I've had less problems with dealing with SoCal Justice Warriors.
Who?
SoCal Justice Warriors, that mafia vigilante group that runs around solving crimes in swimsuits.
What? Is it a play on... SoCal is now a play on social? Okay.
Presumably.
But now it's South Carolina. South California, sorry. South California, not Carolina.
That's a different... They have a different group of Justice Warriors.
Yes, a different group altogether.
Yeah, unrelated.
That mafia vigilante group runs around solving crimes in swimsuits. Okay. Oh yeah, those artificially blonde, artificially tan folks with big blunt objects. Yeah.
They're an interesting group, you know. They only accept people born or raised in South Carolina and go through nightmarish training on a daily basis.
You said South Carolina.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
Alright, well, we've decided that in the canon of the game that we're playing, the version of the game that we're playing, they're from South Carolina.
Sure. That's great.
After the both of us have made this mistake, it has become law.
Yes. They have to. No normal person can run around swimsuits in this cold weather.
They have an interesting view on the world and how it works, but they're pretty sensitive too. Too many outlets have insulted them in the past, so they're trigger happy against defamation. Had a dozen guys in swimsuit and Speedos talking to me about some news while flaunting their bags of batteries. And they were still more polite than that producer guy. Think about it. Watching what's something from South Carolina that I could make a reference to in lieu of what's
a pickup truck? I don't know.
I was about to say, do they have pickup trucks in South Carolina? But presumably yes. Presumably yes. They have those in a lot of places.
Yes.
But yeah, anyway. It was more pleasant. Hold on, don't hold on, I guess. Batteries. But I need to look up South Carolina things if this in case this topic ever comes up again.
Give me a list of every object in South Carolina.
All right. Well, we can assume that there are pickup trucks, probably.
I'm pretty sure there's a pickup trucks and bags of batteries audience somewhere, though.
Well, I'm out.
Thank you. Please come again. Please come again.
Yeah.
That was tiring.
Hey, Jill, I think we have a problem.
Don't tell me.
Yep, can't take the helmet off. Yeah, very funny.
Did you check the internet for help?
How to take off a Valkyrie-type White Knight helmet is not precisely a common query, you know? I could break it, but I don't want to damage a client's property.
What? Did you run out of air?
I just realized you served a Valkyrie in Valhalla.
Shit. Don't scare me like that.
I don't think you can run out of air with this helmet.
What are you gonna do?
I know someone that might help me. I'll give her a call. Let's see, where was her number? Oh, here it is. Hey, Iris, I need some unclogging advice.
Iris?
I've heard Chief call her a couple of times. Maybe she's a friend? More importantly, will Chief be fine?
She will. Even if there's no God or Buddha, you can always trust Boss.
Yeah, let's hope you're right.
Oh God.
Is this someone new?
I think so.
Alright. You want to take her or shall I?
Hey honey, can you see me? Ah, Dorothy. Yeah, I can see you. Why? Really? Man, did they sell me the wrong stuff? Who sold you what?
Jill, I'm going out for a bit to buy a screwdriver and bacon and, Are you talking to yourself again?
No, I'm not. Hello, konnichiwa.
Oh. Hello, Dorothy, or wherever you are. I'll be back in a bit, then.
She didn't see you? Oh, I get it now. They sold me a VIC jammer, not an optic camouflage system. Care to explain?
It's a common
Have
mistake.
you seen those pics? Right? Like, I guess it's like for people wearing Valkyrie helmets, they can't see. It kind of jams their optics.
Presumably.
But for people without helmets, they can see just fine. Have you seen those pics or videos of someone stripping or undressing? But I mean the ones where the clothes are the only thing that you see, and the other person is invisible. Come again? There's people out there with a fetish for invisible people. Of course. Where you can only see a few articles of clothes floating around. I was trying to find something that would let me cater to that fetish, but my contract misunderstood my requests. What is she? I asked him to bring me something that'd make me invisible, and he did. But I'm only invisible to cameras. Even then, wouldn't your clothes be invisible too with such a jammer or something? You have a point. Oh well, I'll work something out. Maybe I'll get a nano camo module. Nano camo? Haven't you heard of nano camo? They're a military technology company that recently branched to civilian appliances. They use nanotechnology to make fabric or other materials to make any color or texture you want. You can order a module from them and change the colors of clothes, walls, or tables with it. Sounds interesting. Maybe I'll look it up. What does this have to do with what you went through? What though? If I remember correctly, they have a module that makes things almost invisible to the human eye. It was quite pricey last time I checked, though. Almost to the human eye. Well, it's not perfect. If you move, you'd be an eerie surroundings-colored blob. And we Lilium see things differently. So it's ineffective against us. Still, it might be what I need. Now, what was that about talking to yourself again? Oh. Nothing important.
Jill having another of her moments.
I suppose. What are you having? I'm in a good mood, so give me a piano woman. Sure thing. Simple enough.
But yeah, I'm still very surprised that I managed to call the existence of the piano woman just off of the even jokingly just off of the existence of a piano man drink. It's been a good while since we last played, so I don't have super clear memories of everything that happened, but I remember that. Oh, hold on. We're not enough karma trend.
Thank you. Thank you. I just saw that. There we go. Aged and mixed.
All right.
That's cute. That's adorable.
It's got a little fun straw, or maybe not a straw, but something.
One piano woman. Thanks. I love these ones, you know. I keep them for special occasions. Whenever I'm feeling good or when I need to get out of a slump.
Wait, keep them?
Your beer?
Does she take them home?
Yeah, do you just do you just store them in a shelf and never drink them? That's weird. And today? Today I feel good. That's nice. Okay then. How's this for a bonus payment? Oh, the ticket from Friday. I can't believe I still remember that. That guy was so nice in giving it to me. Too bad it was filled to the brim with dogs. I wouldn't have enjoyed the drink here otherwise. I don't think this ticket should be valid. Then again, they were improvised, so there isn't really a contract involved or anything. You know. If you're lonely enough to start talking to yourself, we can hit an arrangement. Keep me fed and I'll keep you company. You'll still need to pay if you want to get naughty, though. I think I'll pass. I already have a cat that does all that. Be careful what you say, Jill. Do you pay him to finish that sentence and I'll make sure you'll truly become invisible? Fine. So there's a standing offer, though. Oh, hey, John.
Dorothy.
Didn't see you there last Friday.
I was dealing with some stuff over the weekend.
And Monday.
Yeah.
Was it a girl?
I wish.
What did you do? What did you do? What did you do?
I'd rather not talk about it.
Hey, honey. What did you do? Gil's been a complete mystery for as long as I've known him. His past is like a nebulous mass that tries to bite him every once in a while. Nebulous? You hear so much random stuff, it's hard to make connections about what happened when. And you know, of people lie. Does your boss know about it? She said I'm not the one to judge. Seems like she knows what the hell's going on. But I think I'm better off not knowing. It's not really that necessary. And it's a pain to think about.
I'm right here, you know?
Did I tell any lies?
No, but...
Oh my god! Oh, Tiberious, take cover. Take cover. Oh my god!
Oh.
Ah! Are you okay? Are you gonna make it?
I think I'm good.
Wait, why'd you bomb this ball, Svella? We're in the middle of picking up chicks, Svella. Jeez. Look at this cute girl. I'm trying to pick her up. She's hitting on me already, and now this place is ruined.
Hello, Svella.
Oh gosh, I was doing fine. Gosh. Hi, Svella. You ended stream early. Wow, you're doing better at that. Wow. Hi, Cyclop. How you doing? How's your book going? Oh, we're just here in the this place called Valhalla. I'm sure you're familiar with it, Svella, considering you're a Valkyrie and all. And we saw Valkyrie just earlier, so still, thanks for the follow. I'm glad I have this scarf on, else I'd be dead.
Yeah, the mask really helps with the debris and the smoke and whatnot.
Yeah, you have a mask too, but I'm sure you don't have too much of a problem. Growing as always, good to hear. Good to hear. Been up for more than 25 hours, then you need to get some friggin' sleep.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let's get a shout out to you real quick before I continue. For those that are new to this channel, I am SheppySHEPS, the proclaimed explosion VTuber. As you can see, from the explosions that just went off, that is my moniker, and I don't know anyone else that does that. So be prepared for lots of explosions in this channel. Usually I have this robot friend with me. His name is Sparks. Say hi, Sparks. Hi, I'm Sparks. Okay, I'm going away now because I'm asexual and all this stuff grosses me out. Bye-bye. Okay. He is gone. And yeah, I have a lot of fun playing a variety of games. And with me tonight is Tiberious Vanderfield. Say hello, Tiberious.
Hello. I'm Tiberious Vanderfield. I am a VTuber from the future. Let's see. Anything else salient to add? I am not the explosion VTuber. I am merely a VTuber, I suppose.
A VTuber. Let's make an archetype. When, like, I joked about that with Svella. Like, it's an archetype when you choose a character. It's like, what class are you going to be? I want to be a VTuber. They have high charisma.
Yeah. I haven't chosen my archetype yet, so I'm not specialized.
You're not specialized?
Yeah.
You haven't chosen a prestige class?
Yeah.
I imagine a VTuber is a prestige class. You start out as a streamer, and then you prestige into VTuber.
Yes.
Explosion is what I like, and dark things. Dark things can't miss. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh my goodness. I just pressed a button, and a bunch of 8s. I just pressed a button, and a bunch of 8s just shot in my screen.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
That is weird. Huh.
Well, let's give a shout out to Svella and see a clip. You were last playing Shipbreaker. I was there to watch it. Let's see your clip. I will take it out of context. In and out. You're the master of doing that, Svella. You're so naughty and you don't even try. All right. I appreciate the raid. You want to watch me pick up this chick? Obviously, that's not what I'm doing, but I wish I was.
Because we're on the clock. We're bartenders.
Yeah, we are bartenders. This girl's.
Or I guess we are a bartender. Collectively, we are a single bartender.
We are one single consciousness. We are a hive mind. We are voicing random characters, and this one cyborg chick is trying to pick me up because I'm assuming she's a pickup girl. I don't know.
I think she's probably a robot and not a cyborg from the sounds of how Lilum were described earlier.
Yeah. Like, I'm okay with that. That's all. I'm 100% for that. Like, robot girls, sign me up. Well, I'm sleepy as heck. Going to stay here, saying random stuff. Oh, I don't mind. Yeah, I appreciate you sticking around. I'll likely be lurking, so I'm brain dead right now, but I'll watch while I can. Though, don't be surprised if I suddenly disappear. I understand. I'll assume you just slept, and passed out. So, yeah. Thanks for the raid again. Did you already say this?
I don't remember now that I think about it. Let's assume that I did, yes.
Okay.
Never mind.
Oh yeah, about your boss. Why was she wearing that helmet? She found it. She put it on, and now she's stuck. Oh, yeah. Randomly putting on stuff you find is problematic. No shit. I mean, there's this girl that wanted to see if she could use a glass bottle as a... Don't finish that sentence. A bit early for those stories, don't you think? Nope. By the way, it's weird that I didn't see you yesterday. I have a job too, you know. Yeah, but you usually come before you start. Aw, did you miss me that much? Yesterday was a bit different. I worked the entire day. I don't know if I should ask. Oh, it was weird, but not kinky weird? The guy paid me to spend all day pretending to be his daughter. Hey! That's a perfect segue to tell you folks, content warning, this game has suggestive dialogue, talks about suicide, and just some awful people that I have to bartend to.
Yeah, so there's some real nasty folks who come to this bar.
Viewer discretion advised. I slept. The novel has 130k words. Wow. See, I'm saying I am talking random things. My brain is melting just like Svella. My goodness. So yeah, I like to. Yeah, that book. You say you're trying to find a publisher, right? Did you? Oh wait, you said you were going to find someone online, like you're going to self-publish. That is so difficult to do. But you should start like a Patreon or like a Kickstarter, because that is so difficult. And I wish you the best of luck. Awful people. Now I want to hear. Maybe some of these things will inspire me. Yeah.
Unfortunately, you just missed Donovan, who's pretty rough. Pretty rough around the edges.
Oh yeah, and Tiberious is a gentler soul and would not speak certain phrases. So it's all the more funny to hear him say replacement words for 4-letter words. I've already got some streamers who wants to expand on your novel. Yeah. I'd like to see my character be on there and like shooting explosion magic. So if you're confused, Tiberious, I have a chatter who is writing a very large novel with over 103,000 words written already. So
I guess from the fact that they mentioned that they had a novel with 103,000 words in it, or over. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited to meet like someone that dedicated to their work and their profession. That's amazing. Just a little spoiler, my second protagonist does commit friendly seppuku while ordering his friend to kill him. Oof. I mean, if it is an act of honor, then, I mean, I guess it can be justified. But, friendly seppuku, not two words I would put together. I would assume that it is an act of honor and not an act of friendship. That's interesting. The guy paid me to spend all day to pretend to be his daughter. That is creepy, but as long as you get paid to do it, I'm not going to kink shame. We are, my channel at least is not as a kink-friendly stream. I'm not sure about Tiberious, but we're not going to judge the person who asked them to pretend to be his daughter. But age play is a legit BDSM thing, and I don't engage in it, but I can see why it's attractive to some people. But not my thing, certainly. Really? Yeah, I go to his house at 11 a.m., dress as requested, and spend all day there. Play some games, occasionally tell him I love him, go to bed when ordered, and leave. Nothing sexual. I used to expect him to push me against the ground and have his way with me. But after 3 years, it's unlikely that'll happen. 3 years? 3 years? Yeah.
Someone get this man a Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
It seems like he needs to take care of something.
Yeah, like play The Sims, guy, my dude, my guy. Play The Sims. Yeah, 1 day a year for 3 years now. Wow. That's a lot of money. Oh, but last year he also wanted me to play the part of his daughter's birthday.
On his daughter's birthday,
Wait a second. On his daughter's birthday. Wait a second. Does he have a daughter or not? Seems she died 4 years ago. Oh. Yep. I seem to attract that kind of people for some reason. What kind of people? Nobody. I said nothing. Give me a moonblast, would you? Sure. Lonely type? Like extremely lonely types? People with deep regrets? I would say so. That's kind of, I mean, I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to judge them. If this is their way of coping and they're rich enough to do that, more power to them. Let me read my chat real quick.
Yep,
his story overall is more dark and his psychological downfall. Don't feel pity for his damn wife, a pure social Darwinist, but not evil, more evil. Yikes. Yeah, that wife got assassinated and just committed a genocide on a city. Whoa! Your story is like, that's like ice and fire levels of atrocity right there. Like you'd be giving George R. Martin a run for his money.
Shit.
Holy wow. You got to tell me more. But I'm going to be trying to focus on this at the same time, so if it's okay, I'll try to read your comments as much as I can. I'll read them in bursts, if that's okay with you. Let me see. She wanted a Moonblast.
Moonblast.
Moonblast coming right up. Moonblast.
That's a pretty good fairy type move.
It is. I like Moonblast. I do like... what's that one that hits all enemies? Oh.
Dazzling Gleam, I think?
Dazzling Gleam, that's it. Yeah, Dazzling Gleam. I like that because I play lots of doubles games. But Moonblast is good too.
It's been a good while since I played much Pokemon. I did start playing a Pokemon game again recently, but
I did try out for my regionals for Pro Tour.
Oh, you actually play like competitively? Oh, yeah. I don't.
Yeah.
I do not do that.
Yeah, I got pretty far. I got bamboozled by a haunt / follow me team that just outplayed me and couldn't even beat their pivots. So feels bad, man.
Well, man, this is the first time I've heard about this. I want to hear more, but I guess we're in the middle of something, so
it's fine.
I guess it can wait.
I'll tell you more later. Moonblast.
Moonblast.
Here. There's something interesting about this drink. I don't actually like it, but I can't stop drinking them. It tastes like a bit of sugar drowned in pure alcohol. Small wonder you feel like that. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Yes, and I'm single. I don't mind that you're a girl. Do you actually mind what anyone is? Not at all. She's pansexual! Yay! My fellow pan. I love to see them in the wild. Anyway, it's not about that. Do all DFC 72s look like kids? Oh my god! I didn't realize that. Oh god. Oh god. No. I can't believe this is a thing.
This is a little bit challenging.
So this is a little bit challenging for me. That there's lolly sex bots in this universe. I mean, no, I need to think about this.
Man,
Oh.
now I kind of wish I had like I guess I have like an angry expression, but I don't have like a generally displeased expression.
I have a big pupils expression, and I can take off my mask, and I can show how mad I am. I am so upset right now that this is a thing that is at one point disgusting, and the other point extremely realistic, because this can happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, another note for the content warning, I suppose.
Yes. Child robot sex labor, I guess? You can add it to the list? Oh, God. Oh, God. Frowning as hard as I can. Oh. Ugh. Do all DFC 72s look like kids? Yes and no. Out of factory, we look like kids because our development needs to be as close to human as possible. Then you look like babies outside the factory? Nope. Every fresh DFC 72. I just realized what that means. Do you know what this acronym stands for?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, God. Is this appropriate to stream? Am I allowed to stream this? Am I going to get in trouble?
I've definitely seen other people, like, I haven't watched the streams, but I know that other people have streamed this game.
I gotta...
Do we need to have, like, a referendum? Do we want to just push through this and sort of discuss it later, or do we want to discuss it now?
No, I want to get rid of it now, and then just say right now. I do not condone this. This is not something I condone or support at all. Not at all. I'm shaking my head as hard as I can, but my model's kind of stiff, so it's like I'm just waggling my hair around. So clip this if you have to. I do not condone what is going on screen right now, or what they're discussing. There, I'm happy now. Every fresh DFC 72 looks about 10 or to 13. It makes it easier to upgrade later. Upgrade? Once a DFC 72 passes 3 maturity tests, it can opt for a factory upgrade. Said upgrade alters its ability to something older. Some go for it, some don't. Will you go through it? I don't know. Right now, I'm a rarity. You don't find many like me in my line of work. So I have an advantage. So not all these robots are sex workers.
That's good.
Okay. That's good to know. So Dorothy is just a single case. Okay. Good. I feel better. My faith in this game has been restored. Oh. And I really needed that advantage, you know? How so? When people hire me, half the time it's not because I'm me. The amount of role-playing I have to do on a normal night is ridiculous. So, if I stop looking underaged, I'll lose my advantage over anything else. I didn't think about it that way. Should I think about it at all? No! No!
No. I wouldn't if I had any option.
I mean, maybe I'll go through with it if I ever decide to retire or something. But right now, I'm just fine the way I am. I see.
I guess I'll take Jamie.
Okay, go ahead.
Because, yeah, this is definitely a new guy.
Okay.
Good evening, Gil. Oh, what? That was a weird inflection. Gil.
Gil? How you doing, Gil? Morning. It's me, Goofy. Gorge.
All right, I'm gonna try to not make this man goofy. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do from here, but we're gonna figure things out, I guess.
Do you know the voice of what's his face from Deus Ex? Jensen.
JC Denton?
Adam
Jensen?
Jensen or Adam Jensen, yeah.
Because JC Denton's the guy from the first Deus Ex. Adam Jensen is from Human Revolution, the other one.
You could try to sound like this, or try to sound like Solid Snake.
I think I could do a pretty decent Adam Jensen. This sounds a little bit snaky, but let's see. What's a line? I never asked for this. I never asked for this.
There you go. I love it. Welcome to. Does that happen a lot? Not really.
It would happen less if Jill would just let people call her Jules.
Call me Jules, and I'll make sure every time you sit, you'll hear the click of your shaker.
Fine. And I'll be with you in a minute, Jamie. Just let me finish here. Sure, no hurry.
Hello, sailor. Ellipses.
Hello, young lady.
Just call me Dorothy. You're Jamie, right?
Nice to meet you, Dorothy.
Hey, let me buy you a drink.
I couldn't let you do that.
I insist. I got a hefty bonus on the other day, and today I'm in a good mood.
I suppose it'd be impolite of me to reject. Sure, I'll take your offer.
Yay. Honey, I'll have a big sunshine cloud.
I'll be fine with just a gut punch.
Come on, don't be stingy. Ask for something more expensive.
I'd rather not.
Man, that girl puts me on edge with the way she addresses people. Okay, let me get your orders. One big sunshine cloud and one gut punch. Press next after the first mist to make the second drink. Make both before serving. Okay. A big sunshine cloud. So
I think this is the first time we made a sunshine cloud.
I think so. Let me read my chat real quick. Real quick.
Yep.
It's a fantasy world. The second protagonist causes a civil war. So I'm gonna read this like Solid Snake. So unfortunately, a genocide happens when his friend really hates it. So the fight almost break out, and his damn wife is the one who says, "Hey, kill those weak ants. No fear to our enemies," and manipulating them. And a city with 100,000 people burned to the ground. War has changed. The name of this protagonist, Arius, the Black Emperor. Oh, this is an interesting idea. Go make people hate more villains in my novel. Sex minor robots. I may put them in to the vampires. Oh my gosh! Please don't do that. Please don't put sex minors in your game in your book. That will
ideally do not.
Yeah, that'll get you super canceled forever. Please.
Also, there's a lot of people, such as myself, who would probably be pretty uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, I would be too.
I don't particularly like it in this game. I don't want to see it again in anything else.
I mean, you can have dark topics in your book. You could also allude to it, but don't explicitly say it. Like, say there's like a prostitution problem, but don't say that there's like the specifics about it. Just There's a thing about letting your readers come to their own conclusions and their own interpretations about what happens. That's a good thing about fiction. if it's open ended, they can come to their own interpretation about the events of said place. So I wouldn't go into too much detail about how bad it is. Oh, problem on sending this message. Able to say by example how opera mad about the demigods' rankings. The emperor of the Zhao dynasty, like any Chinese-based ruler, he began ruling as a children in the middle of a civil war. And when he became a teenager, because of some rituals, drugs, and a lot of human sacrifice, he became a demigod rank. After that, he slaughtered millions of his enemies, literally wiping entire cities alone, then crowning himself the celestial emperor. God. Like I said, George R. Martin would be scared reading this book. Interpretation: Sir, my sixth protagonist literally burns a city made of living human flesh, a city owned by vampires. By the way, Cyclops, I am a she/her, so no, don't worry about it. You're fine. My pronouns are she/her, so if you want to call me a person, just call me ma'am or they, them, or she/her. Just not he. That'd be great. And my friend Tiberious is a he, him, so.
Yes.
My goodness. But my goodness. I don't know what to say. That story seems really dark. That's like a city made of human flesh. That's Cronenberg levels of insanity.
You want to remind me of the Drow.
The Drow? From what?
Yeah. Just in general, they're usually depicted with, or I don't know, maybe not usually, but often with using like flesh warping magic.
I see.
Oh yeah, Dark Elves. Yeah. Oh yeah, like the Dark Eldar too.
Oh, Dark Elves, yes. Oh, don't worry about it, Cyclops. I mean, I don't voice train. I don't think I'll be doing that anytime soon. But it's. I mean, if you're new to the stream, it's really easy to make that mistake. The Dark Elves, I'm thinking Zinch. The Zinch Chaos God, sort of the same way. The God of Change.
Zinch?
So,
yeah. Zinch? Yeah.
Zinch, yes.
I don't know if Zinch... I don't think the Dark Eldar serve Zinch specifically. I don't think they serve any of the Chaos Gods directly necessarily. No, they're vaguely aligned. They're, I don't know, not aligned to, but I guess sort of, they most overlap with, what's their name? Slaanesh.
Yes. Suncloud next. So the next one is a gut punch.
Gut punch.
But I don't talk about heresy in this channel. I am I'm a cult mechanicus, and the only god I serve is the my brain is empty right now. Oh my god, cult mechanicus, the Omnissiah. He's the Omnissiah.
There you go.
A gut punch. Optional Garmatrine. I'm going to go with 4. I'm going to say he wants an alcoholic drink. Aged and mixed.
Nice.
And serve. Here and here. The Prince of Pleasure in Excess. If I did align with a Chaos God, it'd definitely be Slaanesh. 100%, hands down. Just an attractive god in general, not just in appearance, but in just in their values, like free love, pleasure in all forms, decadence, excess. Just I love that. Just I love it. What's the Greek god of beer? I forget. If they're the Greek god. Dionysus.
He's wine, but yeah, I assume that's what you mean.
Yeah, Dionysus. If I was back in the day serving a god, it would probably be Dionysus. Yeah. I'm gonna continue reading. I'm gonna continue playing. Here and here. Thank you.
All in order. Thank you, Dorothy.
Don't mention it.
Thank you, Jill.
It's my job.
Hey, Dorothy, may I ask you something, private?
Uh-oh. Is he soliciting her services? Oh, God.
What's your social security number?
What are those wacky 3 digits in the back? Are you a VTuber? You look like a VTuber. But in real life. If you need a price list, I have a convenient card with updated fees. I can give you a discount if you pay for the room and invite me into dinner.
No, thank you. It's not about that.
Then go ahead. I don't think you can ask me something I've never been asked before.
Is it true that the DFC-72 line leaves tracking nanomachines in the other person after, well, a high five?
A game of beer pong, after a game of Fortnite. After they violate every hole in your body, regardless of its original purpose?
I was thinking more like playing Super Smash Bros., but sure.
That's a semi-myth that nobody has tried to dispel. It's true, but also not true at the same time.
Care to explain?
We do have tracking nanomachines, but they're released when the body enters alert mode. When we're being assaulted or the like. That way, the authorities can chase down the attacker. It's kind of buggy, though. I've heard stories of DFC-72s who marry, get nervous on their wedding night, and bam! Their partners end up spending their honeymoon in jail.
I see.
And besides, I've minded myself so much that of any tracking nanomachines were still being released. I'd have to commend their tenacity, to be honest. There's also this urban myth that these nanomachines help improve performance, but that's just silly. Now I get why. Now I get to ask you something.
Sure, go ahead.
How much of you is still organic?
Just enough that my skin still heals over time.
Come on, you know that's not what I mean.
I'll tell you that and nothing more, young lady.
Fine. See if I care, pouting face. Does
now I kind of want to play Deus Ex. I've had Human Revolution for a good long time, but I never got around to playing it.
Does the whole mouth, cheek, cute, pouty face? Yeah, Deus Ex is a great game. I haven't played the new one.
Yeah, I understand that it is quite good. Yes.
What the new one is? Human Revolution, or is that Mankind Evolved? They're both being the same
Divided,
thing.
I think, unless they released
Mankind
another
Divided.
one.
Ah, okay.
I think I had both of those actually. Now that I think about it.
Honey, I'm going. I'll leave you with the meanie. Thank you. Please come again.
That girl's something else, huh?
She's so earnest about what she does that it's kind of hard not to root for her. She also has no qualms about anything whatsoever, and that becomes a problem from time to time.
Okay, I'm done here.
Yeah, she has no filter. It's like she's always on the job, and she's like, oh my god, you need to know when it's appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm gonna go and take my.
Gil, I need your girly hands for a second here. Coming. Sorry, can you take care of him while I help her?
Sure, no problem.
I apologize if I'm taking time from your break. Jamie seems like a pretty decent guy.
Yeah, he looks like a mercenary kind of guy who just, off his job, he's just a normal dude. and people mistake him for being gruff and mean because of his looks.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, don't worry. Sorry you have to deal with me.
You're no problem, Jill.
Yeah, but you usually seem to have a blast when Jill's the one serving you. Ah, he's gay for Gil. Oh, it's cute. Anyway, do you want something else?
Can you make me a Mars blast?
That I can.
I'm sort of becoming more snaky, less Jensen-y.
You could do like a mix.
I could.
A Mars blast. Mars. Better not give him any other kind of blast. Drink by accident. Let me read the chat real quick. I think I'm going to read chat while we're in the middle of making drinks.
Little interludes.
The vampires also has a blood crack, literally squishing people into blood powder, then using match to purify that, and then sniff for pleasure while their brain eats those nutrients. Where do you come up with this stuff, dude? The vampires in my world worship Asmodeus, the prince of luxury on my world. But it's not like Slanesh, where there's this good and bad side. He/she is the pure dark side of luxury. So that's why the vampires are so depraved. I mean, it sounds like you have, like, the lore building, the world building for this is so vast.
It's a very epic sort of fantasy.
Yeah. Like high fantasy, but in the same time low fantasy. Like it's taking place in a realistic set, like sort of a realistic setting. But that's still that's crazy. Slash. Like, do you have like a corn equivalent? Because corn is pretty sweet too. It's a high fantasy. Gotcha. Yeah. High fantasy.
Wheat is my favorite grain.
Funny jokes. Corn for the cornflakes. Blood for the blood. Milk for the milk bowl. Corn for the cornflakes. It's high fantasy where magic is used like a technology. That's awesome. I love technology mixed with magic. That's such a cool concept, and I don't see it often. That is really cool. What's your book called? What do you have a title for it yet? Mars Blast. Okay. Mars Blast. A Mars Blast is 6 bumps and
sit.
1 planner grade, planner guide, and 2 karma chain, all blended. Okay. There we go. Here you go.
Bitter and mind-numbing, just like war. I think you were right on the money there, Sheps.
Yeah, I mean, he could be a private military contractor. Have you been to war?
Life's a war we fight every day, Jill.
Shit.
Hello, Otis.
Otis, thank you for the subscription for 8 months. You're getting close to a year, buddy. How you doing? I'm looking at this Jensen /Snake Raiden /Mustache Man, whatever. Talk about his war problems. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you again for a sub. How you doing? Life's a war we fight every day, Jill. So you haven't been to war? So you haven't been to a war?
Not to an official one, at least.
There's something I've been wondering for a while now.
What could that be?
First, it was how a professional assassin could be so polite and pleasant to be around. But I guess your line of work doesn't have to have any bearing on your personality.
Thanks a lot.
What I often wondered about is how often you could be so calm here. Aren't you worried about police or the like?
Well, first of all, I try to keep everything as clean as possible. Second, I don't come here looking for trouble, so I don't raise suspicion. And finally, You can thank your boss for easing my mind about other folks.
My boss?
I've seen what she's done. I feel safe here. She could take care of things if I went haywire.
Haywire? You?
Don't mind that.
You have like a brain enhancement chip that enhances your mental and strategic facilities, I guess?
I don't know, maybe he's built on like Shadowrun rules. And if he gets too much cybernetic enhancement, he'll just like, his brain will explode basically, and he'll become an NPC under the I was gonna say the GM, but I don't think that's the term they use in Shadowrun. I've never played Shadowrun nor read any of the rules for it, so I wouldn't know any of these things really. But I'm pretty sure that you can only have so much cyberware, but until it like breaks you, basically.
That makes sense. But in the 40K universe, you can just rip apart all your skin and replace it with metal, and you'll be just fine as long as you praise the Omnissiah and the machines. Trust in the machine spirits. So Cyclop is actually writing a book, and they're describing the world that revolves around their book, and they're talking about the theology and the vampires in it. Doomslayer on Fantasy World. That's really sweet. I like that. I'm doing all right. Probably going to try to sleep soon. I didn't get much sleep last night. How are you? Oh, I'm sorry. Why didn't you get good sleep? Cyclop, what are you talking about? Yep. Yeah, why didn't you get good sleep, Otis? I'm sorry to hear that. If it's something you want to talk about later, we can discuss that. But I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that. Don't mind that. Sorry. Hard not to mind it if you just said. You wouldn't happen to know how she got her mechanical arm, would you?
I heard she lost her original fighting a cyborg wrestler that had gone rogue. Just a rumor, though.
Damn. I still don't know then.
Have you tried asking her?
She told me it's more interesting. She told me it's more interesting if it's left a mystery. Which leads me to believe that she might have started some of the rumors herself.
They're believable, because she's her.
Maybe I'll see her in action one day.
You should. It's quite the show. Good news, Jill. The helmet came off and you can take your break.
Finally. It's always a pleasure, Jamie.
Thank you, Jill.
Boss! Boss! Break!
All right.
Look at all these cuties.
I'm glad that I've gotten a what seems to be a group of pretty cool characters so far, broadly speaking.
Yeah.
And Donovan.
I got the cute ones. Mm-hmm. Wait, you got the Valkyrie, so that's a cute one. Oh, yeah. I didn't get the cute Valkyrie. Oh no, I want the cute Valkyrie. Do you want to trade it with the jerk that wanted to take me out and do nasty things to me?
I'd rather not.
Of course you would.
It's hard enough. It's hard enough substituting Donovan's speech. I'm not sure if I could do Ingram.
I see. It's all right. I wasn't anything bad. Just really needed to pee in 2 a.m. and couldn't fall back asleep. I feel that. I really feel that. I get so lazy sometimes. It's I'm just going to wait in the morning and hopefully I don't piss the bed. Another equivalent of corn would maybe be Tarkur, the Lucifer in my book. Although more difficult to say that a being with the size of a planet and trillions of different personalities isn't angry. As the incarnation of pure evil, he wants to destroy everything. So yeah, it's a bit angry. Wow, that sort of reminds me of Mehrunes Dagon from the the Elder Scrolls pantheon of gods, and what are they called?
Daedra.
Daedric Princess. Daedric Princess.
Yeah.
Yes. While there's some Daedric princes that have multiple personalities as well, which is really cool. And they're mostly in the game. You're led to believe that they're like, oh, really evil and they have no good intentions. But really, it's like that's just
It depends on which one.
It just depends on which one, and they can actually be great allies. And they actually need mortals to actually get anything done. So they need you more than you need them. So they don't just kill people. They just don't go around causing misery because they feel like it. They use
it
depends
on which one again.
Yes, most of the time it is though. But yeah, let me go get a drink. I'll be right back. So don't go anywhere, folks. I'm gonna explode. I'm gonna explode in 3, 2, 1.
All right. I guess I don't know if I'm still visible and audible on Sheps' stream. So I guess we're just gonna hang out here for a second. In fact, you know what? We'll take right. There we go. But yeah. I hope you're all enjoying the Valhalla so far. Definitely been some moments. There have been some moments. And I hello, other human? Hello, Cyclops. Okay, so I am still visible and audible, presumably. I guess I don't need to be both, but I might be. But yes. Yeah, interesting sort of, what's the word I'm looking for here? I guess it's a very human story, I guess. You know, you get to see sort of a very gritty human story, this, Valhalla. But yes, like I was saying, I hope you're all having a fine night so far. Hope you get some good rest there, Otis. Hope you get some good work done on your book there, Cyclops. Focus on my world are the elves, but the humans do appear later on in the books. But yeah, so does this story sort of take place over a... I realize now that this chat isn't visible in my stream, which might make it a little bit hard to follow, but oh well. Anyway.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I have returned. I am back.
All right.
Yes.
Yes,
I
was just
nourishment.
hanging out with the chat.
Oh, thank you for keeping them company.
Of course.
Okay.
Thank you all for keeping me company.
Of course. The focus of my world are the elves. The humans do appear later in the books. Those damn dirty humans being adaptable and completely boring, taking up the spotlight. How dare they? Because human stories are more dark and need more backstory to explain. I see. Like every game system, like humans are just the average. The average. Pathfinder, average. Dungeons and Dragons, average. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. But like, I don't like being human because it's boring. I'm a VTuber. I'm a cyborg. I don't want to be just human. If I had to be like anything, it'd be like if I had to be like an animal, like a cat girl or something. I wouldn't want to be like a human. But no offense to you, because I think aren't you human, or are you like a special kind of human? I'm speaking to you, Tiberious.
I know. I'm no more of a special type of human than any other human, I don't think. I've also got a metal arm like you do, but other than that, gotcha. I'm a pretty human as far as I understand it.
I see.
But I suppose I'm not like a geneticist, so like I don't know.
The deepest lore has been revealed. Tiberious is a human. My goodness. We're discovering so many things. So many secrets, so many untold truths. On my world, the humans were created by a half-elf who defeated the first vampire in the most brutal war in my world. So we would wish a thing to the creator god. My goodness, I love this. I mean, this sounds too good to be like just in a web novel. You need to make it like a book. You need to make a book out of it.
Yeah, it does definitely sound like a mythic cycle almost.
Yeah, you have a pantheon of gods. You have a world. You have a culture for these vampires. You have a culture for these humans. Like you can make this into a franchise. You can like make video games out of it, comics, art, stuff like that. So yeah, keep on working on it. Boss should clean the chicken buckets she throws out. Everyone can smell the spice from a mile away. You want to change up the music?
I'm good for right now.
Okay.
You could take a couple minutes more, you know?
I'm fine, thanks. How'd you get the helmet off?
Turns out the release button was jammed with ashes. Whoever owns that helmet made sure to use it to the point of voiding the warranty. Keep it safe in case she comes back, okay?
Sure.
Now, take it away from me before I feel compelled to put it on again.
Right.
Well, I guess I'll take it. Well, we don't know who this is yet, so, yes, it's open. Great.
Welcome to Valhalla. Oh, can I voice? I want a voice.
Alright.
Big mommy robot.
Alright, you can take this one. But I'll have first. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
You took Jamie. You took Jamie.
I did take Jamie, actually. Come to think of it, I forgot about him, to be honest. But yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah, it's your turn.
What kind of place is this? Did I step into some kind of afterlife? Do you often enter places without knowing what they are? Sorta. Kinda. Yeah. Well, this is a bar. A bar? Nice. Well, what can I get you? I don't know. I don't drink that much, to be honest. What do you recommend for me? What do you normally enjoy? I like tea. That's not something I can work with.
You could get her some of our special water.
Yeah.
Our frothy water.
Frothy water. Basically just fruit mixed in a drink. Blended. Bitter, but not too bitter. Sorry if it's too confusing. Something bitter, but not too much. Maybe something bitter and curly? Let me see what I can get you. Let's go with the Sunshine Cloud.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to put any alcohol in it.
But yes, I feel very silly for having immediately forgotten that I just took the last new character.
Oh, it's okay.
I've even got the list in front of me right now, so...
Try this. Yep, this'll do just fine. Thanks. You don't look like you're from around here. What brought you to the vibe, miss? I'm the star that always shines in the dark night sky. I'm the glow that will guide you through your sorrow. I'm the northern light that will show you your dreams. I'm Kira Mickey. So, should I call you Miss Mickey or Miss Kira? No, you're not getting it. I'm just Kira Mickey. Here, let me help you. I say Kira, and you say Mickey, okay? Okay. Kira. Mickey. No, 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 no. Put more spirit into it. Kira. Mickey. Almost there. Kira. Mickey. Kira. Mickey. Kira. Mickey.
Mickey.
Kira. Mickey.
Mickey.
That's it. Are you feeling it? Kira.
Mickey.
even Jamie's getting into it. Kira.
Mickey.
Mickey. Kira.
Mickey.
Mickey. And don't you ever forget it. 1 second. What's up?
Delightful.
I'm streaming.
Hmm? Hmm?
Yeah, we're playing a game.
Oh.
It's not Mickey as in like Milky Way. It's M-I-K-I. Yeah. Okay.
What am I doing out here?
Okay. Have a good night. Puppy. Sorry, my wife entered the room.
Yep, no problem. Yes, I already read the Dana dialogue.
Okay, give me a second. I'm guessing Svella already passed out. That's fine. When the ancestral humans came, the half-elf died, and the ancestral humans helped the elves, the eastern dragons. Gosh! Most of the lifespan, so the ability to use magic. These were divided into two race humans, the ones who fell for the demons. Guardian humans, those humans who didn't fall to evil in the betrayal of faith. Or did this creator god to have bigger magic pool and mortality like the elves. Dark Lords, guardians who were corrupted by the 7 deadly sins, that fell to big demons. I see. So they're like sub races you can choose, like rock gnomes or like forest gnomes.
Or like almost like factions, it seems like.
That's true. Wow. Give me 1 second.
Gotcha. Sit. Where were we, Jamie? Right. I was telling you. Sheps, if you're talking, I can't hear you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's nice to know I still have it. Especially since I have a concert in a bit. Concert? Wait, you're the Lilum that's putting on a concert tonight? I'm the one Lilum who's putting on a concert tonight. I don't know if I'm the same Lilum you're looking for. And what are you doing all the way down here? Well, they were making last preparations for the concert, so I snuck out. My producer's always obnoxious while that's going on, so I just decided to leave. I saw one of the concert's posters outside and decided to check this place. Just that? Isn't that a bit dangerous? Wouldn't your producer be mad if you go back? He will, but it's not the first time I've done this. And he still needs me to do the concert anyway. I see.
Likes to live dangerously, it seems.
Yeah. How big is the concert? We planned for a bit over 100,000 people. It sold out fast. So we managed to secure ourselves another show in a couple of weeks. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I may not have as many fans as other performers, but mine are very loyal, and that's nice. 100,000 people, and you call yourself small. Okay. Over 100,000 is not many. Then what exactly is? Hold on. And then, based on your little demonstration before, I should call you Miss Mickey, right? You don't get it. Let's start from the top. I'll just call you Miss Idle then. Oh, I like that. Hey, do you have anything soft? Soft as in alcohol-free? No, I meant soft as in soft. Soft? Well, let's see what I can get you. Something soft. I wonder if she means alcohol-free or something else.
What's the softest sounding thing we have?
I mean, Sunshine Cloud says soft.
It is soft, yes. Let's see, do we have... We can search by type, yeah? I guess... Oh, this... Soft maybe isn't a type, then. Blue Fairy soft. She's blue. That might score some points, I guess.
Power Girly soft. Let's go with the Fluffy Dream. That sounds super soft.
That is exceptionally soft.
Yeah. She doesn't mind alcohol, so let's add a little bit.
Do we want to give her alcohol before a concert, though?
Very true.
If she doesn't specifically ask for it, that is.
Very true. All Asian mixed. Fluffy Dream. Try this. Yeah, this'll do. Thanks. Hey, have you considered being more theatrical when mixing drinks? Eh? Yeah, you know, like spinning bottles and lighting drinks on fire, that kind of stuff. When I was in college, I tried going to a party once.
Only once, though.
Bartender who tried... Only once. That was enough for me. Cyclops said, brain matter. That's soft, right? I don't think they make drinks out of brain matter. And I don't think we serve zombies here. Unfortunately.
Not one of our core demographics.
Yeah. The bartender who tried those tricks gave me a nasty bump on the forehead when the bottle slipped in his hand. Those kinds of theatrics usually feel pointless and seem to slow down the process of actually making a drink. Yeah, but never underestimate the power of putting on a good show. It can feel incredible and be very rewarding, you know. I'll keep that in mind. Hey, is this glass important? Depends on why you're asking. Do you want me to sign it? Oh, sure, I guess. No guessing. Are you sure you're not? Are you sure or not? Yeah, do as you please. Okay then. What should I make it out to? Maybe for my boss? Wonder if Gil would like it though. Your name, girl! Oh, for Jill then. For Jill. Never lose your star. From Kira Miki. Oh, that's a pretty autograph. Thanks. Oh, thank you. I'm guessing someone with as many fans as you has their fair share of stalkers, right? Well, there are two kinds of people that obsess over me. There are those shy ones that follow me everywhere and hide in just about a sight. And then there's my fan club. What's the difference between them? The fan club follows me around a lot too, but they usually keep a distance. Actually, I think they're outside waiting for me right now. I see. They're always very organized. They make pretty good soldiers. The others, the stalkers, are a bit sneakier and don't act in groups. I'm guessing those stalkers must be bothersome, huh? Actually, they're not that bad. Stalkers are nice when you get used to them. Don't take the advice from this person, folks. Yeah.
She's
Bad
a pretty
advice.
special case.
She's a special case. I
She's
remember once
built
protecting me.
different, as they say.
Yes. I remember once protected me for being mugged. There's another that breaks into my house once a week to make me breakfast. What? What?
Likes to live dangerously. Like we said.
She fails to see. So, it's built different. Literally. And she fails to see the problem. I just wish they'd leave my underwear drawer the same way they find it. I'm assuming these robots don't understand social cues or problems as normal sentients do.
Honestly, I feel like this is probably just a her thing.
I guess. I take pride in how neatly I organize my underwear, you know? I take pride in my old liquid collection. I guess it's the same. No, wait, it isn't! Yeah, you get me, Jill. Okay, one more drink before I go. By now, the stage should be all organized, so the fallout should have settled. Isn't it a bit late for a concert? That's part of my gimmick. I always make concerts that go from night till dawn. In this one, I'm supposed to close with a song called Sunshine Stone. If everything goes as planned and the weather forecast is accurate, the sun should come up just as I reach the climax of the song. I'd be depressed if they asked for Your Love as a Drug at the encore, though. That sounds nice. Hey, I need to make people feel that tickets are worth the ridiculous price, you know? Don't you think it sucks to pay for something only to find out you shouldn't have bothered? Yeah, one time I bought some expensive coffee in this one cafe. It tasted like filthy water with cream. Still don't know if it was the coffee or the girl that served it, but it was bad. Man, that sucks. Speaking of which, do you have anything bitter? I really need to wake myself up. Let's see what I can find for you. All right. Let's find a non-alcoholic bitter drink. Bitter brain matters. It's soft, right? Another interesting idea of mind. Vampires to the horrible ideas, guys. Interesting story. Very interesting. Yeah, this is I like the universe this is placed in. Some of the elements I don't agree with, such as sex robots that have the minds of adults but have the bodies of children. That's kind of screwed up. And the whole corporate, like, corporations taking over everything, and yeah, sucks. But that's the same for every like cyberpunk game.
Yeah,
I don't know if any of you two ever heard of Berserker, the manga or anime. You mean Berserk? I have, and it's a lot. It's the manga that hugely inspired Dark Souls, I think. Isn't that true?
As I understand,
is that true?
Yes.
Yeah.
But yes, I also have a very vague familiarity with Berserk.
Yeah, like super dark, super bloody. I've been meaning to watch the anime, but I never got around to doing it.
I've heard the anime isn't very good, I don't think.
It's a manga. I should read the manga.
I think there's like a few different anime, so some of them might be better than others.
I see.
Like, I think they're like made by like different people across different eras and stuff.
Okay.
Because yeah, Berserk had been running for a good long time, I think.
It's like Cyclops says it's the father of dark fantasy. I would I don't know. I don't have a baseline to agree or disagree with you, but you could be very much right about that. I don't know when it did come out, because I do know that Hokuto no Ken was pretty dark too, and that came out around. That was really early. That's the 70s anime.
This is the North Star. I don't think is fantasy generally most people consider.
Well, yes, it's like an action, but dark fantasy. Okay.
It's fantasy adjacent.
Stories. fantasy adjacent. It's dark, but it's not fantasy, like with elves and like swords and shit.
So yeah, Berserk came out in 1989.
Okay. Wow. That's crazy. I didn't know. But I don't know what came before it that was as dark. So I can't say for sure if it would be considered the father of such a genre. I guess everything about that would be stemming from like Edgar Allan Poe, and that would be like the granddaddy of dark fiction. But let's see. They wanted something bitter. I want to see if there's one that is not. Well, there's Sunshine Cloud. Optional. I could give her another Sunshine Cloud.
Honestly, Sunshine Cloud sounds pretty on brand, considering that she's about to do, her next concert is ideally going to end with Dawn, basically.
Yeah.
On the Rocks, and Blended.
Okay. SunCloud. Try this. Yeah, this works. So, how is it? It could be a bit sweeter, but it's delicious. I figured it was for waking you up or something, so... Really nice, thanks. I hope you aren't offended by this question, but... I can see that you enjoy what you do, but how much it is about the music? I'll let you know that before becoming Kira Miki. I was a very accomplished pianist. I had concerts every week and part-timed in bars with a jazz band. I still write and compose on my own songs. Whoa. Why the change? Going from jazz and piano to idol? Have you ever thought about the power music has over people? You could argue it's just noise, but it can make you feel a wide range of emotions. And that power is universal. It can transcend language and culture. Being in a jazz band or performing recitals, I can only take that power to so many people. But being an idol, I can take that power and spread it far and wide. Kids and adults, men and women, they all have access to my music, and I can reach every one of them. Wow. What music do you like, Jill? I'm not picky, but I do prefer versions with no lyrics. Yep, me too, actually. Why? I like to listen to music while working, and lyrics distract me. Exactly! We are the same person, Jill. And besides, it always bothers me when people nonchalantly start singing songs with creepy lyrics. Yes! Yes! I think only half of the listeners actually care about what's being said. It speaks to my soul! Oh, that's a bummer. I'd give you a copy of my latest CD, but I don't have any at the moment. Don't worry about it. Okay, then I'm out. Thanks for helping me pass the time, Jill. Sure. Please come again. Please come again! I'll make sure of it.
Will she be alright?
Yeah, she'll be fine. I didn't give her any drinks with alcohol.
Think she'll come back?
Usually I'd say no, but I honestly don't know. Boss, we're done!
Alright. You feel like going to that girl's concert?
I don't think so. I don't have tickets anyway. Hey, boss. Is the name Red Comet ring any bells?
Why, that was my moniker during my wrestling days.
Yeah, wrestling. Right. Right, Red Comet. You're, huh?
That's what they called me during my time in the Grand Slam Fighters. They saw me coming, but they couldn't stop me before I crashed into their heads.
Any reason for being red specifically?
That way I was 3 times faster. How'd you find that out? You like wrestling?
A client mentioned it yesterday when he saw you. I just kind of remembered it.
Ah, I see. I should take you to a wrestling match sometime. Maybe you'll like it.
Maybe. In any case, Gil's cleaning the glasses today, so I'll leave now.
Take care.
Oh, and, boss? Don't cram anything in your head without thinking, please.
Yeah.
She gave me a little bonus.
$300
Yay!
worth of snacks. Nice.
Flawless service bonus. We didn't make a single mistake. Let's go, baby!
Very good.
Yeah. Now, I like Berserk so much that my 6th book, Aurelia the Ragged, it's about my protagonist suffering and the human continent with his brother turns into a 6th book? 6th book. You're not even done with your first one. You're not even done with your first one, friend. Apostles in my world are just like Berserker ones. Humans who, after a certain event, abandoned their humanity and became half demons, half humans. They are known in my world to be cannibalistic, doing non-wanted activity with females and males, and erasing entire cities in bloody feasts. Holy crap. My goodness. For people that are into that kind of dark fantasy, that you'd be walking, you'd be right up their alley. I'm 100% certain. My goodness. Your membership to Shining Fingered will automatically renew on the 17th. Make sure your account has at least 800 by then. Jill is summing Your Love is a Drug. Find the song will prevent her from being too distracted. You can now browse Kira Mickey's blog. Yay!
Nice.
Hey, you do call Idol? Did that Idol really show up? Or is she like the ghost? Hey. Oh, look at that. Let's go shop.
I like the implication that that her blog has an entire app devoted to it.
I mean, doesn't Hololive have its own app or something?
Maybe? I don't know.
I mean, and I'm certain that some celebrities have their own freaking apps at this point.
Probably.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yes. Your Love is a Idol Hell, a magazine with all things idols. Has a download code for Your Love is a Drug. You're about to buy Your Love is a for $300. Yeah. Meet the staff scribbled. I have $3,000, a Sashimono or War Banner with Kira Mickey's face on it. Fills you with fanaticism.
Also, posture check, Sheps.
Oh, thank you. Oh. I was hunched over. Oh. Oh, thank you. Now, unfortunately, I have to go sleep. Good night and good luck to both of you. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. And good luck with your book. That's crazy. Should I buy anything else?
If you want to.
Poster for some cutesy game about pink-haired witch finding a broom. Sounds adorable. Let's get it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it feels like very funny to me if we just like met Kira Miki once and then just bought a whole bunch of her merch.
Yes. Wait, what does it say? I could tear one off any wall in the vicinity, but hell knows what germs they have. It's true. $900 for a banner. Yikes.
I mean, to be fair, we got $300 worth of snack money yesterday, so it can't be that bad.
That's expensive. I don't want to spend too much money.
Mm-hmm. Probably good for right now.
I want a lucky cat, Meneki Neko. You know those dolls that the coin cats. I want one. How much is it? $500. I'll wait till next time.
Because we gotta watch our budget.
Jill bought what she wanted, and she's pleased with herself. She will surely focus at work. 800 by then. So it is the.
Oh yeah, look at the stuff over in the background.
Nice.
You got the war banner. You got the poster. You got the other poster on top of our poster.
Nice. Oh, this is the war banner right here.
Yep.
So,
do we want to check out the blog? We do. We are getting a bit late here.
Yeah, I think I didn't think that like a single day work would take like 2 hours. It's crazy.
Man, a 2-hour shift. Can you imagine? Oof.
Let's read the news articles and the blogs, and we'll call it a night.
All right. Actually, do we want to start the next stream with like the news, because that's sort of what we've been doing so far.
Oh, sure, we can do that. Sweet. All right, I guess we'll call it here then.
Yep. All right. And I will take us back to the studio, and you will take us back to your studio, I guess. We exist.
I think I'm just going to keep.
We exist in 2 different places at once. Wow.
Yes. I don't know if I'm going to raid anyone tonight.
Oh, I will be.
Let me see.
Who is online?
It's like, yeah, it's cool to support. Sometimes you just don't feel like it.
That's fair. But yeah, I don't know. For me, unless I just do not see anyone I know, I will always raid.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I think maybe I will. Maybe I'll change my mind. I'll raid into.
Do we want to coordinate or no?
Sure, we can coordinate.
All right.
How about we raid into? Did you want to raid into someone?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to suggest we drop by and see Cole.
You want to do Cole and the Golem?
Cole and the Golem.
We could do that.
There we go. All right. So I guess I'll do my outro here real quick. So, Sheps, thanks for having me tonight.
Oh, of course.
Thanks for driving me to work.
It's no problem.
Mm-hmm. Since you are the one who has the game. But yeah. Let's see. What else is there to say? I don't know. You have anything upcoming?
I don't think so. Not really anything planned.
Gotcha.
At the moment. I am working on a project, but
Ooh, nice.
It's kind of secret right now.
Understandable. Yeah, understandable.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. As for myself, I'm going to probably be streaming either tomorrow or Monday, in addition to the usual Tuesday and Thursday collabs, assuming that we continue to do that on the same day as usual.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'll have another stream here in the upcoming week or so. In addition to those, more information forthcoming, I suppose. Let's see. Anything else to say? I think I'm otherwise good.
Yeah.
Announcement-wise. Yeah. So, thank you all for being here tonight.
Absolutely. It's been a lot of fun.
And so, it is time for my outro. So, thank you all for... Oh, hold on. Let me get the raid set up first so that we can do that. But yes. Cole M. the Golem. Cole, Golem VTuber. Good, bleh. It's good. I guess, that's all that needs to be said. But yeah, playing, some Sonic Heroes tonight. But yeah, anyway, so, customary raid message is, as always, we have arrived. So, thank you all for being here tonight. I hope you have had a fine night. I hope that you will continue to have a fine night. I hope that you'll be hold on. I hope that you'll have a fine night every night. I always forget that. But that's a very important part. So, hope you'll have a fine night every night, and hope that you'll be well the next time I see you. Thank you all very much, and farewell.
Bye-bye!
And going on raid now.